Good day, everybody. This is the Hawk. I'm going to address the U.S. elections, presidential elections that just took place on the 3rd of November, 2020. Historic, a disgrace, an absolute disgrace of fraud, media bias, underhanded nonsense, riots in the street, people getting murdered, Antifa attacking people, burning, lying, and constantly attacking the freedom of our country. Massive voter fraud throughout the country. Look, if it's done correctly, I have no problem who wins. But a senile Biden and a communist Harris is not what we want. Do you see Trump supporters running in the street, burning things and attacking people and bringing down statues and our liberty? They're not after Trump. They're after us. As the citizens of this country, to control us, take our money, take our information, and use it to control us. This China virus was their way of stealing this election with mail-in ballots. You don't have an ID, so you send in a piece of paper that anybody could send in. And I could have a room full of paper saying, I voted for Biden, and I didn't. How do we know that any one of our ballots were counted? What accountability do we have at all that our ballots were counted correctly? There's none. How do I know that this was a legal count of any votes in the United States? Biden's already threatening to reverse everything that Trump has done to boost our economy, make us oil independent, destroy our military. And with all the crooked and corrupt things that man has done with his son, with China and with Ukraine and with Russia, how can you trust them? How can you trust Kamala Harris, who's a communist? How can you in your right mind just concede to this nonsense? Massive, massive voter fraud. What should happen? We need a re-election. We need every single voter, and by this I mean that we need a national holiday for elections. That every voting member of this country who is a registered voter can go to the polling booth with their ID, with their American passport, with their American driver's license, sign on a piece of paper, and put it in a box, and have independent observers control those ballots. Every ballot needs to be checked by having a specific electronic control item in it that you are specifically on that document, or some kind of registration number. And it cannot be more than what was printed. And only the U.S. Reserve Bank can print these documents. One printer, one number for one voter throughout the country. And this fraud stops immediately. Vice President Biden never won this election. Trump won this election by a landslide. Let me read you some things. Fairfax, Virginia. They switched 100,000 votes from Trump to Biden, stating clerical error. Nonsense. Wisconsin suddenly discovered 121 or 112,000 votes for Biden between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. Wisconsin. There's more voters registered in Wisconsin than there is voters. Nevada. They won't count anything until Thursday. Michigan. 339 ballots for Biden since they stopped counting. 0 for Trump. That's absolute nonsense. Six states where Trump had a sizable lead stopped counting ballots after midnight. Twitter is deleting any dissension about this voting thing. YouTube is taking down videos. Facebook is calling everything fake news. What do they gain by doing this? What is the end game? Is it control? Is it to make more money out of us? Is it to overtax us till we are poor? To loan us money with our own tax money so we cannot pay it back? What is the end game? Why would we elect these people? Why do we need these people? What is really going on? How can you not question this? Here's a video of a man showing what's really going on. Look at North Carolina. 100% of their precincts counted for Trump. Clear ahead in the lead. Not yet called. It should tell you something. This whole China virus was deliberate to get mail-in votes to steal this election, as they tried to do with Hillary Clinton the last time. Have we not learned anything yet? Watch this video, and then I'll play another one that proves that they are deliberately crooking these elections. We need to change the electoral system to a public holiday with your ID. And believe me, you can go there with a mask on. Vote and demand that these votes are counted correctly and not by the states, by independent counters that are accountable to the U.S. government and no one else, and the people of the United States. We are the people, not these crooked politicians. Watch this video and tell me what you think.
How's it going? All right, my name is Timothy Smith, and I'm just making a quick video today. I'm just a normal, everyday American citizen. I love my country, I love my family, I love God. I'm a born-again Christian, and anything I can do, I want to be able to do, and I don't want to look my kids in the eye and say I did nothing. So I have some evidence of voter fraud in the state of Michigan, and I'm sure if it's there, it's in other places. This example will be Detroit. I would also look into Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Atlanta, Georgia, and other places. Because of the China virus, I believe that there are hundreds of thousands of fraudulent mail-in votes because they knew they could use the virus as an excuse why everybody's voting by mail. But I believe a lot of these people are dead, or the ballots were fake and were generated, and I want it investigated. Whoever wins free and fair is fine, but I just want to make sure that this thing isn't stolen from American patriots like me who voted and deserve our vote to count and not to be disenfranchised by illegal or dead people's votes. Pray for me. I'm getting ready to show you. All right, here we go. This is the Michigan Secretary of State website, and this is not some conspiracy theory. This is official information on the Michigan Secretary of State website. I'm about to search for a voter. I'm just going to show you one example. It can be investigated from there in other states like Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Georgia. But here we go. William Bradley, March. He was born in 1902, so he'd be 118 years old. Zip code 48207, which is in Detroit. I'm going to search for him. Here we go. Here's his polling location. You can see this person, his mailing address was 2978 West Grand Boulevard, Detroit, Michigan. And over here, if you can get this for me, absentee ballot for this election, November the 3rd. He received his ballot on September 11th. He sent it in on September 19th. The ballot was received and counted on October the 2nd. Remember, this gentleman was born in 1902, so he would have to be 118 years old. But check this out. We can go over here to the Social Security Death Index. Same gentleman. It's not a different gentleman. William Bradley, born 1902, Detroit, Michigan. Here we go. Search him. Boom. He was born in 1902 and he died in 1984. This is him. It's from, you can see over there was the official Michigan Secretary of State website. This is the same William Bradley. It can be verified through the Secretary of State and through Social Security Death Index. It's not a conspiracy, and I'm sure if there's him, there's hundreds of thousands in Detroit, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Georgia. All I'm asking is that if you see this video, share it with whoever you want to, email it, text it, get it into the right people's hands. I'm going to be submitting it to the Department of Justice, FBI, White House, Secretary of State's news outlets. Once again, my name's Timothy Smith. I'll have my email and a phone number when I send it out, and you contact me. I'll answer any questions, and I'll point you in other directions. This is just one example. Thank you. I love you. God bless America, and just continue to pray, and let's not let this thing get stolen. Amen.
If that doesn't surprise you, look at this video.
Mr. Curtis, would you please state your full name for the record?
My name is Clinton Eugene Curtis.
And where do you reside?
Tallahassee, Florida.
And what is your profession?
I'm a computer programmer.
Would you please speak into the microphone so the audience can hear your testimony?
I'm a computer programmer.
Mr. Curtis, are there programs that can be used to secretly fix elections?
Yes.
How do you know that to be the case?
Because in October of 2000, I wrote a prototype for President Congressman Tom Feeney at the company I work for in Oviedo, Florida, that did just that.
And when you say did just that, it would rig an election?
It would flip the vote 51-49 to whoever you wanted it to go to and whichever race you wanted to win.
And would that program that you designed be something that elections officials that might be on county boards of elections could detect?
They'd never see it.
Would you answer that question once again?
They would never see it.
So how would such a program, a secret program that fixes the election, how could it be detected?
You would have to view it either in the source code or you'd have to have a receipt and then count.
This guy is a computer programmer who states he was hired by a senator to rig the voting machines to decide which candidate, no matter who, would be 49-51. And this is public. This is not me saying this was in a hearing earlier on this year. This tells you that there's some serious issues with our voting system. Who is pulling the strings? We know There's going to be massive, massive lawsuits. And we as the people of the United States need to stand up and support the President of the United States, the real President of the United States, Donald Trump, nobody else. Donald Trump is the legal president of this country and no one else. He won by a landslide, and no matter what they say, I will never believe anything that comes out of the Democratic Party. After 4 years of riots, lies, deception, treason, Uranium One, numerous other cases like Benghazi, the evidence there, the corruption by Biden, and numerous other things, one cannot believe that the people of the United States were stupid enough to vote for Biden. Trump fixed ISIS in 6 weeks. Trump fixed our oil problem in a few weeks too. Became oil independent. Our economy exploded. He helped the black communities. He helped the Mexican communities. He helped everybody in the United States to get a job. Then China virus starts. Who created the China virus? Who funded it? Fauci, Gates, and Obama. Democrats. You cannot blame President Trump for that. Yes, our economy suffered. And people died. Actually, a lot of people died in New York because of Democrats. Because of the mayor of New York forcing people into smaller trains. Forcing old people into old age homes and killing them. But you supported them. The Democrats supported the fact of killing policemen. They actually celebrated it. Trump brought our troops back, got us out of the Middle East, solved some serious issues with Israel and the Middle East into peace deals to stop these continuous wars. Why would you support Biden? Just because Trump talks like the common man? I hope and pray, as we all do, that Trump was ready for this. And they walked into the trap called the art of the game. We as American people should be ashamed of this sham that has just took place. We should demand, and I've got a link in the description below, to do a re-election vote that is person to person, ID delivered, and a national holiday should be part of the deal. That day is a national day that everybody votes with their ID and nothing else. You take your ID there, you verify who you are, and you vote. Aren't we sick of the corruption? Aren't we sick of the fraud? Aren't we sick of the treason? This is the Hawk. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the likes. And thank you for the shares. But I can guarantee you this video ain't gonna stay up long. They're gonna take it down. And they're gonna ding me again. But I gotta tell you, as a human who believes in the truth, I cannot stand by and let this happen without saying something. This is wrong to the core of my soul. It sticks in my craw. It's wrong all the way down. It's wrong. And we need to fix this as the people of the United States. And to the media, To those that work in the media, you know better. You're all looking at your paychecks. You all know what's right and wrong, and you also know what's a lie. I don't know how you can sleep knowing that our country will go down the toilet as you perpetuate the people that are pulling your strings. I say to all of you, look in the mirror and walk away. Yes, you may lose your jobs, and yes, you may be beat a little bit. But we have to stand up what is right, Christian and right. And to all the religions in this country, to all the races in this country, we all know that this was wrong. We all know that this election was a fraud. There is no way that President Trump lost this election. No matter how you put this, it stinks. President Trump, you will forever be our president and the best president this country has ever seen. And to the people of the United States, we need to stand in solidarity and take our country back and make America great again. This is the Hawk. I'm out of here.